Welcome back. We are getting our first images into the newsroom now from this breaking news we've been telling you about all morning long. This is the red line. This is very close to the Rhode Island Avenue station near the Brooklyn station. 2 cars of a 6-car equipment train came off the tracks, did about 1,000+ feet of damage to the rails there. And as a result, the red line is an absolute mess this morning.
Now, all of this happened just around midnight as the system was closing. We know that the train that you see right there on your screen was not carrying any passengers at that time. Right now, joining us now live on the phone, joining us again, Metro Chief Spokesman Dan Stessel. Dan, thanks for coming back with us here on Good Morning Washington. We're taking these live look right now at Rhode Island Station. Can you tell us about the work going on in that area?
Sure. Yeah, what you see on your screen right now is the re-railing process well underway. You're looking that first full car that you see with the workers standing to the left of it. That would be the 4th car of the train, and just above it on your screen is the 5th car of the train. So it's that location on the train where the wheels came off the track. Right now, they're in the process of uncoupling that car, and then they'll begin the process of re-railing it to get it out of the way. Once all that is done, there'll need to be repairs to what's underneath this train right now, signal cables, and a full track inspection of the equipment underneath to make sure that everything is repaired and inspected before we go back in service on the red line.
And Dan, we want to reiterate, of course, there were no injuries. That's the good news, because as you said, there were no passengers. This was equipment changing rails here. But at the same time, you did stress that there's a lot of damage to the rail that you have to assess, and this work could take quite some time.
Yeah, there's not so much damage to the rail. I just want to clarify, it's damage to equipment that runs along the rail, primarily signal cables that'll all need to be repaired and replaced. You can also see why this is necessitating a full shutdown on both tracks. You see workers on both sides of that train as they try to figure out the best way and safest way to get that car back up on the rails. It would be, not possible to run single track on that one available track there. They just need that space to work at the work site there.
And Dan, green and yellow line still the best bet. You guys are using some limited bus service on that red line to get people around, correct?
That's right. Green line is your best bet. Yellow line actually doesn't go all the way up to Fort Totten during rush hours. The green line does, and we've actually added some trains to provide additional capacity. So yeah, if you want to avoid this whole situation entirely, you'll transfer at Fort Totten, heading inbound to the green line on the lower level to continue your trip to Gallery Place or wherever your final destination is. If you're going to Brooklyn or Rhode Island Avenue stations, those are the 2 stations that are effectively closed. There's no rail service of any sort in either direction at those 2 stations, and we do have limited shuttle bus service serving those stations right now.
All right, a good heads up for anyone who usually takes this section of Metro. Dan Stessel, thanks so much for joining us. And once again, for our viewers, you were taking a live look at this train derailment along the red line. As you pointed out, those are cars number 4 and 5 that you were looking at. And to clarify, and his correction for me, so I appreciate that, Dan, the damage not so much to the rail itself, but to a lot of the equipment that runs along the rail. So it's going to be a long morning for folks out there.
That's right. Well, we're going to switch gears.